Patrol. Fine. Yoink. Ether. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is AShen in his LTTB, and this is a tier 10 game on Live Oaks. So, before we jump into the game, first a few things to note. First off, wow, I almost said Seth is platooned up with Ronick, but, you know, Ash is platooned up with Seth and, Ronick. Wow, I can talk today. I speech good, I swear, totally. Anyway, so, the other thing is, of course, if you want to help support the channel, best way as always, to like any videos you enjoy, and send me replays. I need as many replays as possible to show off as many of you who are awesome as possible. And it looks like, ooh, look at that, sneaking right into the most optimal bush on Live Oaks for scouting. Now, I personally prefer this bush, but either one will do the trick. Now, the reason I prefer this bush over this one is for one really good reason, and that's the fact that you can see more of this flank from this bush than you can from this one. But that's the only difference. So right now, currently, Ash is getting some of his spotting damage stolen by the Bulldog, but that's okay. It just means we have two good scouts on the team. How often do you find a team with two good scouts? I mean, one good scout is hard enough to find, in mind two. Now, two of the scouts on the enemy team have rushed in and got themselves killed. That's lovely. Now, Ash is just going to sit here for a little while. And now, the Bulldog has abandoned his position. The Bulldog is running over there so he can help get some damage off. Now, for a scout tank, I understand the motivation as to why you want to do it, but if you are actually trying to be the best scout tank for your team, you need to be sitting in an optimal position for scouting. So that means sitting in a bush like this for a lot longer than you probably want to. Now, if you're a medium driver like myself, or a any type of fast dogfighty type vehicles, this sitting right here is the hardest thing to do in the world. But you need to do it for at least the first 2 or 3 minutes of battle until you establish the positions of as many of the enemy team as possible. Now, Ash has decided that he's been sitting in that bush long enough. I personally probably would have been there for about another minute just to make sure, see if I could get any lights on this Waffentrager Panzer IV before I moved up. Now, he has been lit, but that's really okay because he's using these buildings for a perfect cover. Wait, what? So, Ash managed to accidentally slam into a tree, and because of that, he dodged a shell. GW E100 is a little bit pissed off. Now, I literally almost said GW Panther E100, which is totally wrong, by the way, but that's what I almost said. That's why there was that hesitation there. That doesn't really matter. 60 damage from a enemy artillery. Unfortunately, we are losing this flank. Now, Seth obviously never made it into town. And that's either because he decided that the town was lost anyway and he might as well set up a defense, or because he decided, or because he was AFK. I'm gonna guess it was most likely the first one. They decided as a team that, wait. Did you just bounce an E100 shell? Where? How? I think that's it right there. I think that's an E100 bounce. How did that not overmatch your armor? Okay. Well, okay, well that's one pissed off E100. Oh, it was heat. It was heat, that's what it was. But still, it doesn't have the same normalization, and so it was an auto bounce angle. But that E100 must be pissed off. that should have been, if that was not a one-shot, that should have been a near-death experience for Ash, as it would have dropped him to like 100 health or something. But no, he bounced it instead, and so he's up here lighting the enemy for his team, making sure they all know where the best guys to shoot at are. Unfortunately, that T-30 managed to cross the open field unmolested. Nobody even shot at him, and that was really not great. Now, yes, I'm gonna guess that Ronick in the Waffen-Target E100 was reloading at the time, but still, it's depressing that the T-30 crosses the open field and nobody shoots at him. Thankfully, we do end up taking down the enemy E100. Ash has locked in. Has he auto-locked? No, he has not. He did light him on fire, though, and it should be a dead T-30. T-34 is swinging his turret around kind of uselessly. I don't know what he's planning on doing from there, but oh, apparently he's hiding behind the wreck of either the E100 or the what's it called, the AMX 5100, and he is sniping at a E5 that is either hull down or side scraping. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work the way you want it to, Mr. T-34. Now, fortunately for that T-34, he does have backup in the way of a Jag Panther E100 with 4 health. Never mind, that's not really backup. That's like, it's a suicide pack, that's what that is. Now, we did get lit, but Ash just pops over this ridge. He's going to pop that Jag Panther and back off before anyone can do anything about it. Now, okay, so that, I'm not going to call it a mistake. Actually, no, I'm going to call it a mistake. Back there, before we get too far away from it, he popped over this ridge, through this bush, fired, and then rolled backwards. I would have liked to seen him roll back another 10 feet or so to make sure he was below this ridge line before he started moving. Now, taking a shot to the face from the T-34, who decided it's best if he switches targets. We repair the damaged ammo rack and continue circling. No, hitting the red line. He's still getting around the turret of the T-34. So he gets hammered from all directions, and that's a dead T-34. Yeah, good job. Okay. Now the game's not over yet. There is a KV-4 on the other end of the map who is the best player remaining on the enemy team. We do have to worry about how much health he's on and where he is on the map. He looks like he's trying to take on our T-49 right now. Is he actually aggressing on a T-49? That's some confidence in his tanking abilities right there. Because of course, if the T-49 manages to roll around behind him, that is obviously not going to kill him in one shot, but it will do substantial damage and ruin his day, to say the least. Now, Ash is charging up here, assuming I think he's going to try and either light or possibly harass the KV-4. KV-4 is on 500 health, so that's 5 shots in the back from Ash, or 1 from Waffen-Target E100. Yep, that'll work too. Racing up this hill, Ash is going for the artillery he spotted earlier. Now, obviously, the RD knows he's coming. The RD probably can guess which direction he's coming from, and the RD is going into hiding. Not quite soon enough, but close. Now, well then. Of course, the last remaining RD gets a snapshot off and almost kills us, only to be taken out by Ronick in the friendly Waffen-Target. Now, Ronick managed to rack up 6 kills, but that was an amazing game, and with a clutch ending. We're going to call it that, because he was very close to getting one shot right there. And that poor guy. If this guy had gotten any more damage off him, on him with that initial shell other than 60, this would have had a different ending. 1,200 experience without premium, without his daily double. This was enough for his Master Badge First Class Spotter and a patrol duty. Now, even I don't get many patrol duties, so this is kind of cool to see. Let's, we're just gonna do a little bit out of order and see how much. Holy crap. 8,000 spotting damage and 750 damage blocked by armor. That was 1 shell from the E100. As we flip back over and see what he did. on top of his team. Yeah, we're not really surprised by this. Let's see what that Walker Bulldog. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, that Walker Bulldog either didn't have binocs and Ash did, or I don't know, but he didn't spot anything. All he did was run around and kill some stuff. Now, the fact that the top 3 leading experience earners on our team were all scout tanks is kind of hilarious to me. I love it when this happens. It shouldn't happen nearly as often as it does, but it tells me that we had 3 decent scout drivers on our team, and seeing more scout drivers be able to punch above their weight is a beautiful thing to behold. So, wow, look at that. Just every shot that, almost every shot that he fired hit, and every shot that hit penned. That is pretty awesome. Of course, one of those set a T-30 on fire, so that was a very efficient shell. Beautiful game. Thank you so much, Ash, for sending it in. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. This is ioEther out.